せいくせ。うわ覚悟しろ。ホールド。やせい。うわ覚悟しろ。スピンせい。や行くぜ。うわ覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。次にスピンファースト。挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。 覚悟しろ。 挑
Well, that was
戦ならい
intense.
つでも受けるよ
Good evening, or afternoon, guys. It's not quite the evening yet. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm fine. I actually just woke up from a recharge nap, so after I'm done with this stream, I'll continue working on Scotty. Hope you guys are having a fun weekend, even though it's almost over. They always seem so short. Oh. If only we could have 3-day weekends all the time, you'd feel more recharged. There was actually a couple of companies that tried that out, but they, like, I don't know why it didn't become more widespread. They already found out those findings. Like, you know, people feel more recharged, morale is up, having 4-day work weeks instead of 5-day work weeks. But, you know, despite that data, there just no companies like fully taken the plunge with it yet. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But such is life, I guess. Oh man, I'm getting like the short end of the stick when it comes to luck here. Like, really?
スト。やった。せいせい。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン。いい感じだ。せいやっホールド。やっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン。覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。ターンオーバー。いい感じだ。せいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。せい行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン。Tスピンリフレクション。覚悟しろ。行くぜ。覚悟しろ。Tスピンバースト。ホールド。行くぜ。せいうわー覚悟しろ。Tスピンリフレクション。覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。Tスピンバースト。せいホールド。せいやっ行くぜ。うわーホールド。行くぜ。せいうわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。ターンオーバー。せいせいやっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。せいホールド。やっうわーホールド。覚悟しろ。スピンやっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。せいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンバースト。いい感じだ。せいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン行くぜ。スピンリフレクションしろ。覚悟しろ。やっスピンバースト。うわーホールド。行くぜ。せいうわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンリフレクション。ターンオーバー。やった。せいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンバースト。いい感じだ。せいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンバースト。いい感じだ。せいせいせいせいやった。せいせいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンリフレクション。いい感じだ。せいせいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。行くぜ。ホールド。やっうわー行くぜ。覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンロックダウン。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンバースト。やっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン行くぜ。スピンリフレクションしろ。覚悟しろ。スピンバースト。いい感じだ。せいせいせいホールド。せいやっせい行くぜ。うわーせいスピンせいやった。せいせいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっ行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピンリフレクション。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンバースト。いい感じだ。せいせいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっせい行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピンバースト。いい感じだ。せいせいやっ行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。やっせい行くぜ。うわー覚悟しろ。スピン 行くぜ。覚悟しろ、覚悟しろ、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、ホールド、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、スピニング、覚悟しろ、覚悟しろ、覚悟しろ、スピンバーいい感じだ。やっ、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、ホールド、やっ、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、スピニング、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、覚悟しろ、スピンバーいい感じだ。スピニング、やっ、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、ホールド、やっ、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、スピニング、行くぜ。覚悟しろ、覚悟しろ、スピンバーストップ。
You know what? I'm actually surprised I survived that. I just entered focus mode. Was that luck on my side as well? Well then. I don't know what a mud dauber is, but it sounds like a wildlife. I think that tends to be stuff that just the more rural areas have to deal with more anyway. Like around here we've got certain things as well. Though not like on a grand scale, I guess, but definitely have them. So I've seen deer around here, and if you're not careful when you're driving, you could end up hitting one. You know, it's very devastating for a car. I'm not in a rural area though, it's more like a suburb, but you know, it's still wooded, so... Also, I wouldn't say I'm psychic. It's just more so knowing when you can keep building and when to plan ahead. So not necessarily looking ahead, but just planning ahead. So like for that last round, for example, when I was surviving so long, all I was doing was keeping clusters of three ready, so that I can get into theater. It wasn't me looking at or knowing that I'd be getting X number of colors. It was just making sure I could work with any color. And that's really it. Being resourceful. Oops.
挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。いつでも受けるよ。
Tarantula hawk? Oh, you mean like a bird? Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen any bird infestation problems, though we do have a lot of birds around here. I took a picture of ducks waddling through the street, and they were like in a pack as I was on getting my groceries a couple weekends ago. It was really funny, actually, because I'm like, geez, there's a few lakes around here, or at least ponds. I don't know about like big lakes. And I guess they're like wandering between them when it's this hot. It was just really funny. I usually see them at the one behind Walmart. Hope you get a good night's rest, Mr. Rayner. Take care, and hopefully work isn't too rainy for you. This it's been getting a lot of rain there too. Oh, it's a hornet? Oh, I thought it was a bird. Like hawk. I would never like these names for some of these animals, but it never makes any sense. But like we have the camel cricket, which looks nothing like a camel, but it looks more like a spider that's close to a cricket. Those things were disgusting as well in the old house I came from. They'd jump high and then they'd be all in the house. I don't know what's worse, roaches or camel crickets. If I had to choose between one, I would hate both of them, but Just a couple of things like that. Think like the banana spider. It can sometimes be found in bananas in certain areas, but not here. But it's they're pretty big, and they're the most poisonous ones. Or at least one of the most poisonous ones. I know they're one of the three that can kill us.
挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。
こんな感じ。
挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。
Not getting much chance to check the chat, but I will. I just need to get a moment to breathe. Usually if I lose early, I can check it easier, but,
拍手しろ。フィースピンリフレクション行くぜ。この力をしろ。アグレッシブに覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。せい覚悟しろ。挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。
Actually, wasn't expecting to survive that little bit at the end. It's always the doubles with Harley. This is a route. Well, this will be the first round I lost first in a while, so, or second. Actually, yeah, the different universes were my stepping stones for learning different things about art and stuff. Especially hue shifting. I mean, I also did that in my pixel art for my games, but when I applied it to my artwork as well, it just stuck. But AMS was me getting used to, well, drawing with the mouse, like the name said. So I kept the character design simple, so I could have an easier time sketching them with the mouse and all that kind of stuff. And it worked out fine. I'm still using the mouse now. Like, I don't have a tablet, so... But, like, it would help that their character designs were simple, because if they were overly complex or too many lines, I probably would have given up trying to master the mouse. Then everything else, like, out of tune. That was me, like, having ideas, but it just didn't work with the others, because I decided on what I wanted them to be. So, like, the first universe with Cecil and all the others, it's meant to be a slice of life, like Looney Tunes show, except it would still have the missing slapstick that we wanted them to have. Because, you know, that was the major complaint with Looney Tunes show, was it was a nice show, but it's missing the slapstick. I've always thought it could have been there. Like, you could have both at the same time. You don't have to pick just one. So that's what first universe was going to be with Season. They'd have their little slice of life adventures, but still have wacky slapstick scenarios at the same time. Yeah, pretty much. It'd be like that. Because, you'd still have things like, hey, the episode where they're going to go to the gym and try to get buff or something, but they can have failures. So, like, you know, trying to lift the dumbbell, and it's too heavy for them. They end up falling over or falling to the floor, and they try again, and it gets squished between the weights, and so on. So, like, there's plenty of ways they could have done it with the Looney Tunes show. They just did it. So, that was their problem. But it's definitely doable.
挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。
Honestly, now that I think about it, AMS wouldn't be much different from the first universe. Like, it'd be more 2D, I guess, but I wasn't really gonna have the characters, like, in, anything crazy. Like, it wasn't gonna be, like, Roger Rabbit or anything, since that's basically what Out of Tune is. But, I actually don't know how it'll be different now. I don't think it would be. Because Alistar and Shock, like all the main characters, are roommates. And Alistar's dream is to be a baker. He bakes muffins a lot. And has a muffin, obsession. But Shock just wants to make some money. And is very greedy. I guess kind of like Ed and Eddie. But it's still like slice of life, so yeah, I guess it wouldn't be much different.
挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't aiming to make them different necessarily. It's just that after I was working on them all, that's how they ended up being differentiated. But now that I've seen it, yeah, there really wouldn't be any difference between AMS and I think this thing's about to crash. I think there's a sound. Yep, there it is. My prediction was accurate. I'm gonna get that lovely underscore. Hey, I didn't do that. I actually don't think that characters need to be exactly like you to be relatable. So, like, I've never subscribed to that belief ever. I know there was always like, oh, there's not enough, you know, Asian characters in comics or something. I'm like, you don't really need them to be exactly as you to relate to them. It's more so about the struggles they face. All the best stories in the games that we remember, like Final Fantasy Tactics, is because it's real. Realistic problems. It's not because they look like us. They're pixelated characters. But the story in Final Fantasy Tactics is very, very deep. Covers a whole lot of issues that are still going on today, like corruption in political powers, corruption in the church and state, people using their positions of power to start problems internationally just to get or maintain their power. You see that too? Oh, you know what? The music's not playing. There we go. Honestly, a lot of people like this series, not even just because of the format. It's just the art style, character design. So many different ways to, like, you know, for example, I'm a gameplay person, but there are people who will play something for the story. Some people will also just play it because they like the character designs. Like, it's more so about the universe than anything else. I couldn't do that, because I'm not going to suffer through a bad game just because I like the characters. But some people are willing to go that far. Because Mario as a series focuses more on gameplay than anything else. Like the main series. The spin-offs are when they try to do more story-centric stuff, but yeah, spin-offs. Because, you know, you don't really need cutscenes happening every 10 minutes just to get to the next platformer level. They just give you the reason why you're platforming and then let you go. Honestly, I prefer for those kind of games that are more focused on gameplay to at least give us really good environments. Like Mario 3. Mario 3 was really fun because of all the diverse worlds. Especially my favorite world in Mario 3 is the giant land where everything's just supersized. They should have changed a few mechanics to make it work with that. So like the bigger enemies taking more than just one stomp, but even though they didn't do that, it was just fun to see all those different objects being so massive and all the enemies being supersized. I wanted to see more like that in Mario games. And that's just shows you're not a gameplay first gamer. But I think for me, even if I wasn't, I would at least want it to be decent enough that it's fun, because I'm not going to suffer through a frustrating game just because I like the story. It's just not. I have so many. Like back then, you kind of had to in the NES days because there weren't really that many other options. But now that we have other options, I'd rather be having a good time and or enjoying a good story rather than, just absolutely suffering. Games that are incredibly broken but have a good story, or they're not even broken in a good way. It's like every time you make progress, you're scared it's going to crash and make you have to redo it. Stuff like that, or just the gameplay mechanics themselves are very awkward and not fun to use. but you still have to do it if you want to see the next cutscene. Like at that point, I'm just going to be on YouTube. Then there's the games that are barely even games. They're just like watching a movie instead. I don't know what manual would be, but like some people have stronger wills. I don't see the point in doing that myself, because you can just see the cutscenes on YouTube, and also like you have so many other options now. Like suffering through a bad game is no longer necessary either. So that's my other reason. Like you had to back in the AS days because you didn't have many other games to play, and you know, otherwise you'd probably go do something else, like go outside. But now, it's so easy to go and find something else if you're having a fun time. The bar has been raised. I'm someone who values my time a lot since I don't have much of it more anymore. So, if I'm going to be spending it on something that should be entertaining, then I want it to be at least fun. You know, every game's going to have a certain level of tedium as well. So, you know, old games, for example, having not the greatest UI, so it takes a while to get through menus. That's what okay. But at least the overall game can still be fun. Like, you know, say, Final Fantasy 3 on NES, it could definitely have better menus. But it plays a hell of a lot better than the first one did. It depends on the game as well. Like most RPGs, it wasn't necessarily that they were hard. Like Final Fantasy 1, it was more so because it was broken in so many different ways, and they didn't balance the enemy stats to according what you would have if you kept going naturally. So you just have to grind. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. That's why I like the later remakes, like the PSP version, because they fixed the balancing. And also the glitches aren't just straight up destroying your run. There's a lot of mechanics that just straight up don't work on the NES version of 1, so it's not even the ideal version to play anymore. Easy games are incredibly boring for me unless they offer something else to fill in the gap. So, like, I don't want them to be Dark Souls hard, per se, but they should be having a difficulty curve. So it shouldn't be a straight line, and it shouldn't be like a steep incline either. It should constantly raise as you get better with the mechanics and learn more mechanics. Enemies should get tougher patterns, be a bit more aggressive or more defensive depending on their type, etc. But it shouldn't just be easy the whole way through. But if it is going to be easy the whole way through, you gotta fill something else for that whole way. So the way I describe it is like Super Mario World, for example. That's a very easy game. The cape absolutely breaks that game. They didn't balance it at all. But what makes up for it is the fun of finding all the secret exits. And also the special levels, where they actually put at least more game design challenge. Though it's still easy with the cape for most of them. There's also Kirby. It's Kirby's Adventure or Nightmare Dreamland, its remake. They're also very easy games, but they also have the alternate exits and stuff, so it's fun just exploring the levels and using Kirby's powers to get to those secret exits. It just needs something to make up for it. Kingdom Hearts 2, like, the combat's really fun, but the game is extremely easy. But if you play the Hollow Mix and HD versions, you have critical mode, so you can actually use your brain a little bit and not just mash X the whole game. Super bosses are there, so they'll definitely give you a challenge. And they force you to not mash X, because if you do, they're just going to break out of your combo. You have to strategize more and use more of your utility. I actually like Super Mario 3 more than Mario World because it had better balance with its difficulty. The levels gradually get harder, and there isn't one power-up that breaks the whole game, except the P-Wings, but those P-Wings are hard to get. So, you don't, like, get a constant or an infinite supply of them like you can with the Cape Feathers in Mario World to break the game so easily. But there's still some levels that, even with that, you can only go so far. So with Super Mario World, the problem was, with the cape, you end up flying over most of the levels, like, entirely. You're all the way above the screen with Mario, and the screen is just scrolling over nothing but an empty background until you reach the goal. But, with Mario 3, you couldn't do that most of the time with the P-Wing. Especially not during the auto-scroll levels. You had to, still dodge stuff. So it was more balanced that way. There's a lot of story-first games out there, though, like Heavy Rain, for example. Most of these kind of games, if they aren't, you know, big RPGs like Oblivion or something, they're going to be like basically an entire game that's a quick time event, like Heavy Rain. Press the button at the right time, then watch the next cutscene. Or you could be trying to cater to absolutely everybody anyway. Like, I've always thought that games should be niche, but, you know, whatever market you're trying to go for. So if you're trying to go for the story-first gamers, that's fine. You just need to know what subset of those you're going for, because not every story-based gamer is into every single, like, aesthetic, for example. You won't attract the people who don't like the non-cartoon styles if you're going for a realistic style, and if you're going for a cartoon style, you want to attract the people who like realistic styles, and so on. It's like there's somewhat of niches already. It's just knowing your audience and knowing what you want to do. You just can't please everybody. You just have to please who you're trying to please. World of Chaos, for example, is 100% targeted towards people who like Metroidvanias, but also RPGs. So if you don't like those, well, then these games won't be for you. But I'm not trying to make them for everybody. I just realized that we've been having a three-way for a while now. This is rare. Would the Xbox really have that many platformers? The only one I can really think of is Sphinx, but that was also on the PS2. That was my problem when we had an Xbox, was the library really wasn't that great if you were looking for more kinds of games. There were a ton of shooters on it, though. It was the same problem the N64 had with RPGs. There were like only 4 on the whole system. It's always the doubles, man.
気持ちいい。何この力アシットシアン。何この力溢れてるアシットセルビアン。この力溢れてるアシットアシットハイドレンジア。何この力アシットシアン。何この力セレストアシットセルビアン。この力溢れてるアシットアシットハイドレンジア。できた。ダメだ。何この力アシットガムトリア。この力溢れてるアシットセルビアン。アシットアシットアシットハイドレンジア。ビビってきた。興奮してきた。
Greed.
こんな感じ。覚悟しろ。ホールド行くぜ。うわー覚 しろ。スピン覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。ターンオーバー。
この感じ来るのね。勝利は分かってた。この感じ。この感じ。この感じ。
Yep, there's my crash again. Of course, it happens after I change, but it's okay.
ダメだ。
Well, really standing out isn't as more important to me, I would say. But for like what I want to see from you is not whether or not you're unique. I just want you to get your ideas out there. So if that happens and it's not the first of its kind, it doesn't really matter to me. As long as we get to see what you had in your head. Just getting it out there is the hard part, really. Takes time and effort.
挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。そうそう。行くぜ。 覚悟しろ。T スピンインフラクション。行くぜ。覚悟しろ。行くぜ。覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。T スピンファースト。大変だ。挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。
Unfortunately, I think that's just an element of luck that we'll have to deal with, you know? It's not necessarily that people don't like your ideas, it's just more so being at the right place at the right time. For example, one of the games that kind of grinded my gears, but I also appreciated at the same time, was Flappy Bird. It's such a basic game. It's a game that I could have made in one day if I sat down and actually did it myself. But I didn't make it. Somebody else did. And it happened to be at the right place at the right time. There's always going to be that element of luck that we'll have to deal with. But, you know. I appreciate it at the same time, though, despite that, because it means anybody can have that sort of success story if they, one, put in the work to make something, but two, have it get that little bit of luck. You don't have to be a big company to get something out there. At least not anymore, but you used to have to be able to. So that was enough for me. Like, I was still a little mad, because there's a whole bunch of other great projects out there that just don't get that attention. They've been working on it for years, they've had a lot of passion behind them, a lot of quality, but they just don't get that kind of Flappy Bird infamy. It is what it is, but it doesn't need that either. Just as long as you get enough to do what you want to do. Like, you know, say Kickstarters, even if it doesn't reach, like, Mighty Number 9 levels of interest with getting well over what they need, as long as you get what you need, they can do what you need to do and get the product done. I think I'm fine with that too. Like, I would prefer if I got a success story like Flippy Bird, so I could live off of making games more and not have to have another job on top. But I won't complain if I'm able to get my game done, people enjoy it, and you know, that's the most important thing to me, is just getting it out there. Because it also, don't forget that things can happen retroactively. Like, we've seen a lot of stuff either become memes or get notoriety well after they've been out for years. Even the Extra Thick thing, for example, Extra Thick from Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack's been done like years ago when it started, but you know, it came back with a resurgence, so there's always a possibility of that. But you know, luck's in a lot of things. It's just a matter of working with it when you can. So, for example, there's even luck with just life in general. When you're born, that was luck. Where you were born, what kind of family you were born to, what kind of circumstances your family's in. So, like, were you in a good neighborhood, a bad neighborhood, a well-off family, a poor family? Like, all of these things are RNG. But that doesn't mean you can't succeed from where you are, because there's a lot of people who, you know, started out homeless even, and they managed to go from that to being really rich people. Living in a car. I think Jim Carrey was one of those people, actually. He used to be homeless. But, you know, Jim Carrey's, everybody knows his name now, so he definitely worked it back worked out of that situation.
じだ。セーフ。やっ行くぜ。うわホールド。うわ覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。スピン右でしょ。いい感じだ。
大変だ。
セーフ。
大変だ。
行くぜ。覚悟しろ。ホールド。行くぜ。うわ覚悟しろ。スピン覚悟しろ。覚悟しろ。挑戦ならいつでも受けるよ。
この力 こ
Should get back there anything. Well, I should make this next one my last because I'm just not realizing what time it is. Still gotta eat and shower. But yeah, I would say don't let it get you down too hard because we're all in the same boat, really. Like, I wouldn't even say I'm particularly famous, but I'm not trying to be famous. I just want to get my ideas out before my untimely demise. So, to that end, I'll just be doing the best I can each day. And hopefully I leave my ideas behind before that happens. That's all I really want. No big grandiose thing for me, just having fun before I go. Alright, I'll stop here, but I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Time to get some dims, but take care and keep your chin up.